AmeriCorps 101. AmeriCorps is the federal agency for national service and volunteerism. AmeriCorps provides opportunities for Americans of all backgrounds to serve their country, address the nation's most pressing challenges, and improve lives and communities. AmeriCorps helps make service to others a cornerstone of our national culture. But first, how do you say it? It's AmeriCorps, not AmeriCorps. Pronounced AmeriCorps, just like Peace Corps or U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. National service bridges divides by bringing people together, connecting individuals and organizations to help communities tackle their toughest challenges. AmeriCorps focuses on key areas to make an impact: economic opportunity, education, environmental stewardship, disaster response, healthy futures, and veterans and military families. AmeriCorps' mission is to improve lives, strengthen communities, and foster civic engagement through service and volunteering. AmeriCorps offers individuals and organizations flexible ways to make an impact while focusing on 6 key areas. Disaster services. AmeriCorps and AmeriCorps seniors help communities across the country prepare for, respond to, and recover from natural and man-made disasters. When disaster strikes, AmeriCorps members repair homes, assist survivors, and help restore communities when it matters most. Thousands of AmeriCorps members and volunteers have been deployed to areas affected by hurricanes, wildfires, floods, and tornadoes. Economic opportunity. AmeriCorps supports building economic opportunity for those who serve and the communities they serve. AmeriCorps programs serve as the pathway to employment opportunities and help develop vital work skills. We build and rehabilitate affordable housing, provide financial literacy training, and connect people to jobs. Education. Through service, grants, and partnership, AmeriCorps plays an integral part in supporting students across the country. More than 35,000 members and volunteers support students in nearly 9,500 public, private, and charter schools across the country. Through this work, AmeriCorps helps improve attendance and engagement, increases high school graduation rates, and expands college enrollment. How exciting! Environmental stewardship. AmeriCorps conserves natural habitats, improves energy efficiency, protects clean air and water, and helps to mitigate the effects of climate change. AmeriCorps members serve on projects that cover thousands of acres of public lands across America, including many with the National Park Service. Members help conserve natural habitats, protect clean air and water, and reduce utility bills by improving home energy efficiency. Healthy futures. AmeriCorps supports programs that improve the physical and mental well-being of Americans. AmeriCorps provides independent living services to 310,000 elderly Americans. Members also build the capacity of food banks, combat the opioid crisis, tackle homelessness, and address food insecurity. Veterans and military families. AmeriCorps programs recruit veterans, particularly those who are transitioning from military to civilian life, into service opportunities, including those that utilize military experience. AmeriCorps provides assistance to nearly 290,000 veterans and military families by connecting them to education opportunities, jobs, and the benefits they have earned. Many veterans also volunteer with AmeriCorps so they can continue to serve their country. For decades, AmeriCorps has worked to make service to others an indispensable part of the American experience. Through our nation's most trying times, AmeriCorps has come together to help those in need. Let's go back to economic opportunity. AmeriCorps supports building economic opportunity for AmeriCorps members, not just the communities they serve. Professional development. Employers are increasingly looking for workers with both hard skills, such as college degrees, professional experience, and industry recognized certifications, and soft skills like leadership, communication, and critical thinking. AmeriCorps programs bridge the gap between these desired skills and the current state of resources and opportunities. Siegel AmeriCorps Education Award. After successfully completing your AmeriCorps terms of service, members are eligible to receive an education award to repay qualified student loans and to repay current educational expenses at eligible institutions of higher education and training programs. Since 1994, more than $4.5 billion has been earned in education awards. Schools of National Service. AmeriCorps partners with hundreds of higher education institutions to support college access. Schools of National Service may match a member's education award or private benefits such as academic credit for service, priority admission points, or subsidized room and board or a textbook stipend. Employers National Service. Employers of national service build a talent pipeline to connect AmeriCorps and Peace Corps alumni with employers from every sector to create recruitment, hiring, and advancement opportunities. We will discuss the professional development benefits of AmeriCorps service in our member development training. History. For decades, AmeriCorps has worked to make service to others an indispensable part of the American experience. Through our nation's most trying times, AmeriCorps has come together to help those in need. In 1964, the VISTA program is created. In 1964, the Volunteers in Service to America, or VISTA program, is created to help communities combat poverty. In 1973, the RSVP Foster Grandparent and Senior Companions Program are formed. In 1973, the Domestic Volunteer Service Act of 1973 authorizes the creation of the Retired Senior Volunteer Program, as known as RSVP, as well as the Foster Grandparent and Senior Companions programs. In 1992, the NCCC program is created. The National Civilian Community Corps program is designed to help communities recover from disaster and other critical needs in 1992. In 1993, AmeriCorps is created. AmeriCorps, then known as the Corporation for National and Community Service, or the CNCS, is formed as the government agency for national and community service. AmeriCorps incorporates the VISTAS and NCCC programs together. AmeriCorps Seniors, then Senior Corps, is created and it incorporates foster grandparents, RSVP, and senior companions. In 1994, Congress establishes MLK Day of Service. During your term of service, you'll get to serve alongside your fellow Americans to honor Dr. King's legacy. Established as a National Day of Service in 1994, MLK Day is an important part of every member's experience and offers an opportunity for Americans to stand united in service. Also in 1994, the first class of AmeriCorps. 20,000 individuals across the country join the first class of AmeriCorps and take the pledge to get things done for America. 1994 is a big year for AmeriCorps. And then in 1996, the AmeriCorps Reads initiative is launched to address third grade literacy. The Department of Education partners with AmeriCorps to put trained college students in classrooms to address third grade literacy. In 2005, AmeriCorps stands with New Orleans in the wake of Hurricane Katrina. After Hurricane Katrina devastated a wide swatch of communities along the Gulf Coast, AmeriCorps programs began a recovery response across the region that has continued for more than a decade. Over 400,000 national service participants served nearly 10 million hours and enrolled 650,000 volunteers in the 10 years following the disaster, which is incredible. In 2009, the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act adds 13,000 AmeriCorps members to the program in response to the economic downturn. And also in 2009, 1st September, 11th Day of Service and Remembrance held Congress designated 9/11 as a National Day of Service and Remembrance and charges AmeriCorps with helping to support this effort across the country. And then in 2012, the FEMA Corps program is launched to strengthen the national's ability to respond to disasters. 2013, making a commitment to STEM education. In 2013, AmeriCorps created a AmeriCorps program to encourage thousands of students in science, technology, engineering, and math learning. And then in 2017, combating the opioid crisis. We needed to help address the nation's growing opioid crisis. AmeriCorps significantly increased its support of substance abuse prevention, education, and recovery program by devoting $27.9 million to opioid-related grants and programming in 2017. And then in 2020, AmeriCorps steps up to support communities impacted by COVID-19. And in 2022, AmeriCorps and CDC joined forces to create Public Health AmeriCorps. Today, you're here. We are so happy you've joined us in national service. We can't wait to watch you grow in leadership as you answer AmeriCorps' call to get things done for America. The AmeriCorps family. You've heard the names of some of the other AmeriCorps programs. Let's take a look at our AmeriCorps family tree and see where our AmeriCorps state and national program fits in. AmeriCorps members can choose the service opportunity that aligns with their passions. AmeriCorps service is open to individuals ages 17 and older. AmeriCorps state and national. Let's start with our program. Each year, tens of thousands of individuals serve with AmeriCorps state and national programs to make change in communities in all 50 U.S. states, territories, and select tribal nations. Serving with an AmeriCorps state and national program puts members in an environment that propels their personal development, opens diverse career paths, and promotes lifelong civic engagement. Projects are available in many fields and service settings to help state and national members find the right fit. The NCCC. Individuals 18 to 26 can gain experience while supporting climate change mitigation, building affordable housing, disaster response, and more. NCCC members travel the country while serving full-time. NCCC members may choose from 4 volunteer options for the ultimate personal and professional development experience: Traditional Corps, FEMA Corps, Forest Corps, and Summer of Service. Under the Traditional Corps, members serve for 10 to 11 months with local and national nonprofits to complete hands-on projects. And in FEMA Corps, members serve for 10 to 11 months under the direction of FEMA and focus on disaster preparedness, mitigation, response, and recovery projects. Under the Summer of Service, a simplified version of NCCC's other programs, members serve in teams on a shortened time frame. And then in Forest Corps, in partnership with the U.S. Forest Service, starting summer of 2024, members serve 10 to 11 months supporting projects that focus on wildland fire prevention, reforestation, and more. VISTA. AmeriCorps VISTA members address community challenges where the need is greatest. VISTA members serve to alleviate poverty by helping local organizations expand their capacity to make change. Through activities like fundraising, grant writing, research, and volunteer recruitment, VISTA members gain professional experience and leadership skills. AmeriCorps Seniors Foster Grandparent Program. AmeriCorps seniors volunteer who serve in the foster grandparent program provide the kind of comfort and love that sets a child on a path to a successful future. The foster grandparent program connects role models to young people with exceptional needs, helping them strive towards healthy futures and success. The AmeriCorps Senior RSVP. The AmeriCorps Senior RSVP program pairs Americans aged 55 and older with organizations making change in communities across the country. AmeriCorps seniors volunteer in the RSVP program, put their skills to work with organizations that see service as a solution to local, regional, and national challenges. AmeriCorps Seniors Senior Companion Program. The Senior Companion Program focuses on providing assistance and companionship to older adults who have difficulty with daily living tasks, such as shopping or paying bills. Through this program, AmeriCorps seniors volunteers keep seniors independent longer and provide respite to family caregivers. AmeriCorps seniors volunteers report better health and longevity having served their community. You might have noticed we've been referring to some people as members and some as volunteers. AmeriCorps refers to its participants as members. AmeriCorps Seniors refers to its participants as volunteers. There are minor differences depending on the specific program, but both are associated with national service. All you need to remember is that you are an AmeriCorps member. AmeriCorps language. That brings us to another important point, AmeriCorps lingo. AmeriCorps has a unique language and we want you to speak it. Here are some important pointers that will have you fluent in no time. AmeriCorps member. As we mentioned, you are an AmeriCorps member, not a volunteer, worker, or employee. Under AmeriCorps service, your service is just that, service. It's not work and it's not a job. It's important that your service does not supplant an employee's wage or duplicate an employee's position. We'll talk more about this in the prohibited, allowable, and unallowable activities training. Under the AmeriCorps service site, this is where you report for service every day is your service site. You may work on multiple projects at a different location, a location or campus different than your program director, or at a partner agency of your program, which is called a host site. You can refer to both your host site and program when you talk about your service. For example, I serve at Tuttle Creek State Park through the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks, or I serve at the Ballard Center through the United Way of Kaw Valley. Selected for service. And because you are serving and not working, it naturally follows that you are selected for service and not hired. It's important that we consistently use AmeriCorps language so that we're accurately communicating the nature of our service. Substituting AmeriCorps language with words like working or job site implies that we are out of compliance with the terms of our federal grant that make our AmeriCorps service possible. AmeriCorps governance. AmeriCorps works directly with state service commissions and nonprofit organizations to disperse federal dollars for state and national programs. Under national programs, our nonprofits who receive money directly from AmeriCorps are called national programs. And then under state programs, these are nonprofits and other agencies who receive money by way of a state service commission are called state programs. And your program receives federal dollars by way of a state service commission, so you are part of a state program. State service commissions were created in the National and Community Service Trust Act as amended in 1993. State service commissions are the state partners of the federal agency. State service commissions administer AmeriCorps State, Volunteer Generation Fund, and related programs to address critical community needs and engage citizens in service. State service commissions are governor-appointed public agencies, much like the Kansas Volunteer Commission, or private nonprofit agencies like One Star in Texas. More than 1,200 private citizens work for commissions, leading the nation's philanthropic and service movement. Our state service commission is called the Kansas Volunteer Commission. We work to develop collaborations and opportunities that build resources and strengthen service, mentoring, volunteerism, and civic engagement in Kansas. Since 1993, we have been promoting community service by administering grants to the AmeriCorps and Volunteer Generation Fund programs in Kansas, strengthening volunteer centers, and encouraging volunteerism and mentoring. The Kansas Volunteer Commission is a program of the Kansas State Department of Education. Commission initiatives. Time out for a lingo pointer. We know that Kansas Volunteer Commission is a mouthful. You can shorten our name by referring to us just as the Commission. Through our work to empower all Kansans to meet community need through service, the Commission supports a number of initiatives, including AmeriCorps Kansas, Volunteer Generation Fund, Mentor Kansas, Service Enterprise, school and community partnerships, and many, many more training and resource opportunities for individuals and organizations. Today, we will just talk about your state program, AmeriCorps Kansas. If you want to find out more about all of our initiatives, you can visit our website at www.canserve.org. AmeriCorps Kansas empowers local communities to mobilize individuals and community resources to meet their most challenging needs. We work with organizational leadership to develop and implement AmeriCorps state programming to address the issues in education, poverty, social justice, youth development, and mentoring. We partner with nonprofit, government, and faith-based sectors to increase the effective utilization of AmeriCorps members and community resources. As the administrator of AmeriCorps Kansas, the Commission is responsible for making federal dollars available to organizations across the state by running a competitive grant. In partnership with our own commissioners and the State Board of Education, we select an annual portfolio of AmeriCorps programs. Your organization was one of them. You'll notice your program and all the programs we support focus on making an impact in at least one of the AmeriCorps priority areas. And that's because the AmeriCorps priority areas are our priority areas as well. After programs are selected and notified of their grant award, we continue to support our subgrantees through training and technical assistance, coaching, providing networking opportunities, monitoring and compliance checks, and of course, dispersing federal funds. You can think of the Commission as providing both oversight and support to AmeriCorps Kansas. It's our job to make sure our federal dollars are maximized and used appropriately, and to provide support to our programs to ensure that members have the best service experience possible. Our AmeriCorps calendar. There are many important days for members and program staff both throughout the service term. First, let's take a look at National Days of Service. National Days of Service encourage all Americans to improve their communities. The MLK National Day of Service. The Martin Luther King Jr. holiday is an official day of service and celebrates the civil rights leader's life and legacy. On MLK National Day of Service, AmeriCorps invites members to come together to build Dr. King's vision of a beloved community through unity, service, and transformation. We honor Dr. King's legacy by working toward a more just and equitable society where everyone is valued and respected regardless of their race, ability, religion, or background. By participating in service projects, we can bridge divides, heal wounds, and create lasting change that will benefit our community for years to come. AmeriCorps Week. AmeriCorps Week is the second full week of March. During this week, the country recognizes the commitment of millions of Americans who have chosen to serve their country through AmeriCorps and AmeriCorps seniors, and encourage others to follow in their footsteps of service. Juneteenth. Juneteenth is our newest federal holiday, has been observed for generations as a celebration of the emancipation of enslaved Black people in America. Juneteenth, which is on June 19th, serves as a reminder of our capacity to emerge from our darkest moments with purpose and resolve to work together for a better tomorrow. We encourage members to spend Juneteenth in celebration, service, and learning more about our history. 9/11 National Day of Service and Remembrance. Also known as Patriots' Day, the 9/11 Day of Service honors and commemorates the sacrifices made on September 11th by remembering our heroes, armed forces, first responders, and countless others' acts of service to defend our nation's freedom. On 9/11 Day of Service, AmeriCorps members are invited to join and lead community service projects to honor the lives and service of those we lost on September 11th. Commission events. The Commission hosts a number of events throughout the year to keep members connected across programs and to provide members with professional development opportunities. AmeriCorps identity means you need to wear the logo at all times and get things done. The AmeriCorps Pledge. As an AmeriCorps member, you join the ranks of Americans who pledge to get things done. And say it with me. I will get things done for America to make our people safer, smarter, and healthier. I will bring Americans together to strengthen our communities. Faced with apathy, I will take action. Faced with conflict, I will seek common ground. Faced with adversity, I will persevere. I will carry this commitment with me this year and beyond. I am an AmeriCorps member and I will get things done. The next thing I want to talk to you about is an elevator speech. It can be challenging to know exactly what to say when people ask you about your AmeriCorps service. Your program director or site supervisor will work with you to help develop an elevator speech to help you talk about your service site and member experience. For now, let's use some AmeriCorps agency information to practice building an elevator speech. We know that AmeriCorps goal is to unite Americans through service. Let's take a look at AmeriCorps' 4 pillars for some guidance. Unite. AmeriCorps bridges divides by bringing people together, connecting individuals and organizations to help communities tackle their toughest challenges. A fast fact you can add into that is 200,000 members and volunteers and organizations dedicated to strengthening their community. Strengthen. AmeriCorps provides resources and people power to organizations dedicated to the improvement of communities. A fast fact is AmeriCorps disperses more than $800 million in funding each year. Our impact. AmeriCorps enriches the lives of those they service and those who serve. And under that fast fact is 84% of AmeriCorps seniors volunteers report improvements in health and well-being after just 1 year of service. And then lead. AmeriCorps is the only federal agency for community service and volunteerism. AmeriCorps empowers an entire ecosystem committed to the betterment of communities across America. And for a fast fact to lead is each year, AmeriCorps partners with more than 2,000 organizations committed to helping communities nationwide. This is all great information. We want our elevator pitch to be just that, short and sweet, enough you could recite it to a stranger on an elevator, hence calling it an elevator speech. Let's pull out some of the most important facts from the 4 pillars, as well as the information we've already learned in this training. AmeriCorps is the federal agency that seeks to unite America through service. We provide opportunities for Americans to serve their country by working directly with nonprofit organizations and government agencies to tackle our nation's most pressing challenges. Our mission is to improve lives, strengthen communities, and foster civic engagement through service and volunteering. That's it. About 50 words is all we need. We can't wait to hear your elevator speech. You will notice that your program and all the programs we support across our 4 initiatives support the AmeriCorps priority areas. And that's because the AmeriCorps priority areas are our priority areas as well. They are, which one is your program?